Hi, welcome to RCKicks. On today's show, well, we've got some breaking news coming out of Tamiya. Yeah, sorry it's a bit late. I've been busy in the studio messing around with this, but I'll give you some spoiler shots of it at the end of this video. Right, what have we seen from Tamiya? Well, they've put out the Opel Kadett GT-E. Now, this is on the MB01 that we've seen before. Then that, I mean, is a Marmite car, I think. People who like the kind of real world, realistic looking kind of RCs, I think they're going to quite like that one. It is a little bit of an oddball looking one. Then they've also brought out the Citroen DS. Now, this is obviously a very famous car, and that's on an MB01, and it's the FF, which is the front-wheel drive. This MB01 chassis is very flexible, so it works really well, because we have had a few times where Tamiya have dropped a car that was like rear-wheel drive, and we get four-wheel drive, or we get front-wheel drive cars that are then rear-wheel drive. We saw that with the Escort. It was a four-wheel drive chassis. So the MB01, I like the idea that you can get the correct drive line for the car that is actually representing. The Citroen DS, I think, will be brilliant as a bit of a rally one. I think we can see a lot of little modifications coming out for that, and I quite like that. I think that's going to be really good. We did have a Citroen Rally before. I'll put some images up here of those. Then we had the Ford Bronco. That's on a CC02. That chassis is actually really good. I've still got my Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon CC02. Really good chassis. Messing about with it, I thought, being that it's Tamiya, it wouldn't be very good as a trail truck, but it's actually really good. I've beaten the life out of mine. It hasn't been on the show for a while, but the bodies for them are really nice. Maybe I'll get the body set and upgrade mine, because my G-Wagon one's looking a little bit sorry for itself. Then there's the XM1 Pro Rally on 58738. Didn't really see much from it, so it's going to take some time to sort of settle in of what actually it's got, because obviously we've got the XV02, which is really good. The XV01 is a really good chassis as well, so I think we'll know more on that as the days unfold, but I'll put images up, obviously. Then they had on the stand what we've already know, basically the Hot Shot 2. Yeah, I'm itching to get that. For me, that's the one I'm really super excited about getting, as I just love the style of that. So that will be coming to the show, and I will build it. Then obviously they have the Top Force coming back on 57350. We kind of knew that one was coming as well, but a lot of people have been waiting on that one, me included, because I've got Top Force Evos, but I've never actually built a Top Force. So I'll probably end up getting rid of one of my Evos and then replacing it with this, just so I've got two different instead of like two exactly the same. Then there was a 1998 Honda NSX Racing on a TT02, which is 58739. Nice body. You know, it'll be one of those hardened sort of fans of that kind of style of car. Then the Manta Ray 2018, that's getting a reissue on 57367. Obviously, that kind of goes along with the Top Force and the Top Force Evo that we saw. The Manta Ray is one of those kind of Marmite cars. People really love it, or they look at it and go, I don't really like it. Now, for me, I actually was gifted a Manta Ray, original one, way back when, and it's sitting on my shelf of shame. So maybe what we'll do is I'll be able to get a few parts of the Manta Ray and then put it back together again and do a restoration on the show. So that'd be quite good. So maybe I'll get parts, or maybe I'll just buy the whole thing. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Then they had the TRF 421 for all you people with deep pockets who like to go track racing. Don't know much about it. I'm not really a TRF guy, but I'll put some pictures up here. Comment below, let me know. Is this a big thing for you? I honestly don't know. I would like to get a TRF car and then put like a nice body set on it, but being that they're so expensive, I just don't really want to get into TRF cars, because it's a whole nother genre of collecting and they're so expensive. I try and stay well clear, even though they do look absolutely gorgeous. Then another one that we knew about was the Supra. That's on the BT-01 chassis, so another different chassis. That could be really interesting, and I do like the look of it. I think you could do a lot of drift car style, Japanese styles with the Supra. Also the Celica GT4. That body is gorgeous. I really like the Celica. I really want to get that body for sure, and I don't know what I'll do with it, but I really want to get that body set. I'm not sure what chassis that comes on. I did have a quick look, but I couldn't find it, so I don't know. I think that pretty much covers everything. So obviously this is very early news, so we'll digest it over the next couple of days. Also, whether we'll hear from Kyosho, not sure whether we'll hear anything. The long wheelbase mid is what we're all waiting for, obviously, maybe a Tom's, but it does feel a bit early, especially after the mid pro. I would think more towards the end of the year, but hopefully we might see something from the vintage range. One thing that's kind of surprising me is that their whole legendary range, they call it, is still available, and there's quite a lot of them. Like, you can still get a Phantom and a Phantom CRT2. You'd think one of them would be retired off, but they haven't retired any of them. Anyway, I'll keep you posted. Comment below, let me know what you think. Do you think Tamiya have dropped some really good ones, or do you think it's a bit lackluster? Is there any that you really wanted that have come out that you're just so happy to see? Thanks very much. See you on the next one, and don't forget to subscribe or you're gonna miss this.